Man, hey everybody, we got a real doozy of an episode, man. This thing is
it's piping hot.
It's thicker than a milkshake.
Oh,
Yeah.
thick with you don't even know how many C's.
It's a real gat of an episode, if you know what I mean.
I actually don't know what he means.
Oh man, freaking old guy over here. This is episode 40, the big old 40.
We're officially over the hill.
We are officially over the hill. We got a lot coming in. We got we're going to explain the TikTok shutdown so that you guys will just relax already. We're going to get into the openAI massive drama with none other than Elon Musk. We're going to touch a lot on some crypto stuff. I got a story for you guys that's going to either make you really mad or you might just be neutral. I don't know, but it's
one of those two things will happen.
It's the dumbest crypto thing since Dogecoin. That's all I can tell you. It's a tease. And so before we get into it, we only got a few tickets left for the New York City show.
Oh yeah, the link will be in the bio if you want to come to that. Oh, the big thing though is that we finally have the real native app for the Ben and Emil show. If you've been using the bookmark on homepage thing, you can get rid of that and just go either to I guess we'll put a link in the description for that as well. You can go either to the Apple Store or the Google Store and download the app. If you're already subscribed, it's not a problem, but we do want to point out that we've mentioned it in the past. Apple does this fucking thing where they charge an extra 30% on, or they take 30% of anything.
Basically, don't subscribe in the app.
Yeah.
Download the app, subscribe on the website, and it'll save you some money.
Subscribe on the site, then log into the app, and you won't have to pay the extra fees and stuff like that. We don't want anyone paying extra. Also, if you're a TMG app, some people reached out.
If you are a TMG app.
If you're a TMG app user, some people reached out and were like, oh my God, I had no idea I was paying extra on that one as well. So we'll save you a little money.
We're saving everybody money. Speaking of money.
Go switch it.
Speaking of money, we've got something exciting for you guys. And I can't really give detail. Just basically, you're gonna want to go into the link in the description for this because we've partnered with Moomoo. I know it's a cute name. It is a trading app. And they've got a really, really amazing sign-up bonus. When you sign up with them, you're going to get you're not going to believe it, but it's incredibly good. So there's a link in the description. And yeah, they've got a really nice interface for trading if you're interested in trading options, all that good stuff. Anyway, oh boy. Okay, so TikTok.
TikTok.
Goes the clock.
Truly. On TikTok, reign in America.
Yeah, it's a big deal. So in case you've been living under a rock,
don't fucking say it.
Say hi to those bugs for me. And I love people because they've been tagging me in certain memes where it's like the bugs under the rock when you lift it up and it's a bunch of people sitting at a table like looking up at the camera. But so we're gonna break this down for you.
I wish that was the memes people were tagging me in.
What are they tagging you in?
Just like
tennis shit.
Yeah, or just like that feeling, TFW, you're a closeted New Jersey native or something like that. And I'm don't do that.
Yeah, people tag me in all sorts of stuff. But so basically what we've got going on with TikTok is there is a concern among America's legislators that the Chinese ownership of TikTok poses a national security risk to America because Beijing could, if they wanted to, apparently use the app to access everyone's data, which is funny because what the hell are they going to do with my data? Take it for all I care.
Everyone's got my data.
Everybody's got my data.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of the annoying thing is that, I mean, I think it's like no one's really going to get behind a national security threat.
Yeah, it's less that.
And all of this, it feels like a thing of their own making where they, should we wait for that?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Sirens are part of the...
When, a lot of people have been talking about how the way the American government has allowed monopoly in the tech space to take over, and especially in social media, it's led to all of our social media platforms just like eating each other. And when we had things like Vine, Facebook was just like, we'll kill that. And then, and now there's a Chinese competitor and people are unhappy about it. And that's the thing. Throughout all this, there were plenty of opportunities to have sensible data and privacy protections for people, and they were just like, no, it's all good.
Well, they kind of did. So real fast, the other major concern that they have is that TikTok has the capability of running disinformation campaigns.
And other ones don't?
That's true. Well, their whole thing is, well, it's a foreign adversary, a foreign government that controls it, could, if they so chose, could send the message down the pipeline to run disinformation campaigns. But TikTok responded, and they said that all of these worries are baseless, and they cite the fact that 60% of the company is owned by international institutional investors, including like BlackRock, and that 3 of the 5 board members are Americans, and that it has also spent over $1 billion to store their U.S. data domestically on Oracle servers, which are also monitored by third-party auditors. So it seems to me that they call that like the firewall, that they've got all of this data that's siloed and it's secure, but the legislators still retort that, well, according to Chinese law, they could still, Beijing could still say, hey, we want that data. And TikTok is saying, no, they can't do that. And they never have, and they also won't. But yeah, it's apparently this Chinese law dictates that companies have to turn over data if requested by the government. But the bill isn't up for a vote yet. I think Chuck Schumer
in the Senate.
In the Senate.
It passed through the House.
Yeah.
Easily.
And now Chuck Schumer, I think, is the one who's holding it up. And famously, Joe Biden said that he would pass it if it passed.
He would sign it if it passed, yeah.
So everybody thinks that TikTok is going to go away. I really think that the chances of that are slim to none. But let's get into what's in the bill. The bill just says that TikTok must be sold within... So after the bill passes, TikTok must be sold within 6 months to a buyer that satisfies the U.S. government.
Well, that's the other thing, too. There are a bunch of people screaming about how this is like Patriot Act Part 2. And they're going to, it's a massive surveillance.
Patriot Act Part 2 surveillance boogaloo.
Really nice.
Thank you. And so they would have to satisfy the U.S. government, and it would have to guarantee that ByteDance, who's the parent company, would no longer have any control over TikTok or its algorithm. So there's a couple things. If ByteDance refuses, if this bill passes and ByteDance says, no, we're not going to sell it, then it would become illegal for app stores and web hosting companies to distribute or update the app in the U.S. So
it would just end up being like a buggy mess.
Yeah, so if you already have TikTok, you're fine, but with time, I don't even understand how that works. Like, if it's currently fine, how do they not have all the bugs solved?
Well, because as the app changes and stuff like that, the new...
Yeah, people find loopholes to exploit and whatnot, I guess.
No, I believe, like, if you have a perfectly... A computer that's in perfect working condition, but it's getting older, everything else around it changes, right? So certain websites and stuff won't work in the same way, and just as the app changes and they add new features and stuff, your videos won't play in the same way, and you won't be able to interact with it in the same way.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. So the Justice Department says that if the bill passes and if ByteDance refuses to sell it, they would go after any company or app store that continues to host it or offer it for download. And like you said, yeah, it means it would become slowly buggy and unusable. But what people could do is what a lot of people do already in places like China and Russia is download a VPN and get around it that way. Kind of like what they're already doing in Texas with Pornhub being banned.
Yeah.
And what's that about? It's because they're requiring an age verification?
Yeah, you got to be 18 if you want to see them things hanging.
Interesting. See them cheeks clapping?
Exactly.
Why is that such a problem for people? Is it 16-year-olds out there just being like, no, man, I want to jerk off? There's other websites. Not that I know, but I'm sure that there's more. Websites? I don't know, like fucking... sex.com.
I think it's cool. Make it harder. Remember, it should be harder to jerk off.
I remember before the days of utilizing a search engine, you just had to get creative with URLs. It'd be like bigboobs.com.
Yeah, I remember.
Sex.com.
I remember my cousin kept his parents were like, "Why the fuck does he keep searching Bob's?" And then someone was like, "I think he's looking for boobs."
Yeah. I wonder what's on boobs.com. Don't show my screen just in case. Oh, it just says it's boobs.com. Huh. And there you have it, folks. It's exactly
it's just cam stuff.
Yeah, it's just cam stuff.
It's always cam stuff.
Yeah. But
I feel like we're going to get in trouble for maybe workplace harassment. Dylan's going to file some kind of claim because he just brought up.
Please don't.
Dude, I saw the computer screen. That wasn't chill.
Wait, what was I? I was just going to say something about pornography. Also back in our day, in our day.
Do
you remember the AB channel switcher?
AB channel switcher, no.
So, did you ever have this, Dylan? Or were you a satellite kid?
No, not a satellite
so
kid.
we had a cable box, and on the A side, there was a little switch that said A and B. And on the A side, it had all your regular cable channels. And then on the B side, it was all the premium channels like HBO, Cinemax.
Did you guys have a hot box?
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
We had a hot box.
And
it was incredible.
One of the ones on the B side was the Spice channel.
Yep.
Which was
They also had the Playboy channel.
The Playboy channel. And it would come in, but it would come in fuzzy and like.
Oh no, mine came in clear.
Oh, mine.
A hot box is like, it means it's like unlocked and it can.
Oh yeah, we didn't have that. Oh. So you had like the pirated thing. Yeah, we didn't have that.
Dude, I love watching the fuzzy stuff.
Oh, it was like it was all scrambled. So it'd be like, I think I see a boob. Man.
Oh, and it was like very squiggly. I remember being at my grandparents' house one time and it was like that, and truly watching porn through that and just being like, this is fucking incredible.
And the music was always like that. It's almost music that you would hear in an elevator or a dentist's office. But I remember my ex-brother-in-law came in one time when I was on the scrambled B side, and he goes, he sounded like Kermit the Frog, and he was like, "What are you doing? Oh, you look." He just was like, "You looking at? What are you? Oh, are you looking at the Spice Channel?" Anyway, so the problem is though, there's 170 million, I think, monthly active users here in the United States. So the only entities that could afford to buy TikTok to begin
170 million
monthly active users. I think the daily is like 70 in the 70 million
users.
I believe so.
That's fucking crazy.
I know. That's like about a quarter of America. And when you look at TikTok, it makes sense.
It's at least a third of
Yeah. I mean, nobody knows how many Americans there are.
There's between like 350 and 400
in a billion. Oh yeah. Yeah, something like that. Guys, hold on. We just have to take a quick break. We're gonna thank a sponsor of today's show. It's Factor. Factor meals. They're delicious, ready to eat meals, which makes eating better easy. Take it from me, because I eat them and they're tasty. They are very tasty.
They're very tasty. They've sent us some. We're super happy.
Yeah. Every fresh, never frozen meal is chef crafted. It's primo stuff, dietitian approved, and ready to go. My favorite part, 2 minutes. Pop them suckers in the microwave.
And check this out. You'll have over 35 different options to choose from every week. That's including Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Also, there are more than 60 add-ons to help you stay fueled up and feeling good all day long. What are you waiting for?
You got 2-minute meals. You got pancakes, smoothies, more. A variety. Oh, you can discover a wide variety of easy options for the entire day, like breakfast, midday bites, and more. No prep. No messy meals. The cleanup is my favorite part. Just rinse and throw it away. That's all you gotta do.
It's flexible for your schedule. We're all busy, but so you can get as much or as little as you need by choosing your meals every week. Plus, you can pause or reschedule your deliveries anytime.
Yeah, and also, if you sign up and save, you just do the math, all right? It's less expensive than takeout for sure, and every meal is dietitian approved to be nutritious and delicious. So, just look at me, man. I've been eating these things. I've been slimming up.
Freaking trim, dude.
Look at these pecs going. Can you believe it? Yeah, it's because I'm getting the protein. I got the keto one. Head to factormeals.com/BAES50 and use code BAES50 to get 50% off. That's code BAES50 at factormeals.com/BAES50 to get 50% off. So the price tag for TikTok would be so high that the only companies that could afford it would be Apple, Meta, Google, and whatnot. And they're already getting scrutiny for antitrust.
Yeah, they
stuff.
wouldn't be allowed to buy it anyway.
So it's like America, Uncle Sam.
But some people
What do you want?
There are people who are putting together a little Avengers team of TikTok buyers, like Steve Mnuchin.
Steve Mnuchin, former Secretary of the Treasury, whose signature was on our money. His wife has like a TikTok show.
I know.
It's called it's called like
but it's
Girl
not only
Time
on
or
TikTok.
something.
I saw her. She put an Instagram out and she was like, "Now streaming," and it's on like the weirdest. It's on every platform.
Strange platforms. Yeah. I have it in the bonus. There's a TikTok show that I want to show you. Speaking of the
great.
Spice Channel,
Wait.
it's something that I never imagined, but once I saw it, I'm like, oh, it totally makes sense that they're making this kind of thing. It's essentially softcore porn without any nudity. It's like trashy romance novels, but in short form content. You're gonna love it.
I'm in.
But so the other thing is China would also have to approve this sale, and they have already said that they will not. So quite the quagmire, quite the stalemate, quite the digital brinkmanship.
So they're saying we won't approve it, so it will be effectively a ban.
Yeah. But
isn't TikTok illegal in China?
no, they just have a separate algorithm or something.
No. I heard it's like it's a different app and it's educational, which is funny.
Correct.
That's what I hear. It's like all about how like being an engineer is sick.
Yeah. And ours, they're like, we're gonna ruin you.
Yeah.
We're gonna
They're
ruin
like,
your
you should
brains."
all try to be influencers.
Yeah.
But what's
That's what
wild
you
to
Get as
me,
stupid as possible.
the algorithm.
Did you see Mr. Beast come out and be like, he was basically like, everyone can't do this and shouldn't
Yes.
do it. But I mean, look at him. If he didn't, he just got
He's got that $1 million smile.
a huge deal with Amazon Prime. They're doing like a big game show with him.
Oh,
No
They're
one
gonna
wants that.
No one wants
I
that.
want to watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, what's the fucking difference? Well, I guess a huge fat check from Amazon is probably the difference.
Yeah.
You don't think it'd be a normal size check?
No,
One
it's
that
gonna
you
be,
could fold up and put in your
it's
pocket?
gonna be gigantic.
You're
He's
gonna give
gonna
him a
have
big
to
one?
stand on a ladder when he does a mobile deposit.
He's got a storage locker full of giant checks.
Sorry, I'm talking to the guy, our Discord guy for our Q&A. So it is funny to me though, because the algorithm, when you're using it, it's kind of a mirror, right? Like it rewards what people interact with. If a bunch of people like something, sure, there's going to be stuff that it just like tries to show you, but it's all. I just wonder what the mix is between new things that it's showing you and things that are getting pushed through the algorithm because people are liking it, people are commenting, people are sharing it, and the more momentum that has, the more likely it's going to be shown in people's pages.
I mean, regardless, it's just insanely addictive and
Yeah.
bad for your
Right.
It's
attention
bad for
span.
your health.
I feel very torn. Like, obviously they've been talking about this forever. We've been, it's been weirdly passed in city halls in random towns in America where they're like, we're banning it on all city phones and gotten some traction in states and stuff. This is the closest it's ever come to a national ban. I don't know if I can't see it passing in the Senate. Like very little does pass in the Senate these days. But when we were first talking about it, I jokingly was like, "Good, get rid of this fucking thing." It's like this awful addictive thing that makes.
I was going to ask, do you think we should get rid of it? I think so.
No, I also like. It's very hard for me to get behind now. The hearing people talk about like how they've connected with people over it and stuff like that, and the way it's changed people's businesses and all of that.
Liver King.
Also, that I think it feels very sus that like all this fervor about pro-Palestinian sentiment on the app, and for some reason now there's all this like actual movement in Congress to get it done. Feels very fucking weird.
Interesting.
And seeing all the complaints about that and like how people are being brainwashed into into thinking.
Yeah, that's the thing about the.
So and like this concern over young people, and that it's like the fastest growing platform for young people to get their news on. And now with this like very unpopular war for and Biden and everyone going into damage control over it, it just feels fucking weird.
I don't know about that because they've been talking about this for a while.
Yeah, but there was never any actual movement.
Right, that's true. So speaking of them in the disinformation campaign, last week everybody got a notification. I didn't get one, but everybody got a notification when they opened their apps from TikTok.
Not everyone, because apparently it like was targeted. I saw that guy Scott Galloway talking about it, and he's like, "My son got this. How come I didn't receive it?"
Yeah, it was giving people their reps.
It's giving
their reps names and contact information to voice opposition. And yeah, like you said, Mnuchin says he's putting together a group. Kevin O'Leary, the Shark Tank guy, how the hell can these guys afford it? But speaking of kids being addicted, I wanted to share this. This is Jules Turpak, friend of the show, shares this video of this woman, this young woman who is, it's just 3.5 minutes long, but should we play a little bit of it? We've got time.
Yeah. And to be clear, like I'm sympathetic to this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And if they want to, think about actual ways of reforming these platforms and stuff like that, I'm sure you guys saw the clip of Nancy Pelosi just like truly slurring her words.
Oh, then she said, getting rid of TikTok.
It's not a TikTok ban. It's a
tic-tac-toe.
It's a tic-tac-toe.
Yeah.
Christ.
All right. So here's this girl.
I have reached my end with TikTok, or social media in general for that matter, but especially TikTok. I have been out of college now for almost 2 years, and I have decided that I wanted to go to med school. I want to further my education. I want to keep expanding my career opportunities. I've always had a passion for healthcare, and so I am in the process of trying to study for the MCAT. I have been trying to study for this MCAT for over a year now, and I keep pushing it off and pushing it off and pushing it off. Why? Because I cannot physically bring myself to study. My brain does not have the capacity to read a textbook or watch Khan Academy videos even.
I haven't been paying attention.
Are you serious?
I'm making a joke about my attention span.
I'm 2 years out of college, and what have I been doing in my free time after I get off of my 9-to-5 job?
Scrolling TikTok?
Scroll.
Oh.
I scroll for hours and hours and hours. And I've been lying to myself. I tell myself, I like TikTok because it connects me with people on the internet. It connects me with like-minded people. It gives me access to art and content and news and information. It's not. It's connecting you to a infinite, never-ending stream of dopamine and stimulation. And I feel like I have lost much of my cognitive ability. I don't feel as articulate and as educated as I was as a 16-year-old even.
I mean, man, she's
I agree with everything.
I agree with everything. I feel dumber.
I went on it during the pandemic and was very quickly like, oh, I'm not cut out for this. This is like, I've struggled with I've deleted Instagram. I've been off Instagram for like years at a time because I'm like, this is a fucking suck. I don't want it. TikTok was like that on crack, just like so addictive. You can just sit there all fucking day.
Especially when the algorithm is first getting to know you.
Oh.
And famously, it was showing me pimple popping videos and girls with giant boobs just going, oh, and just like bouncing around.
That's what you wanted?
What's going on here? And you have to like take yourself out of it and imagine. How did I do this? It was like I imagined myself watching myself. And it kind of took me out of it. I'm like, yeah, hey, don't be a moron, idiot. Have some self-respect.
Don't be a moron, idiot.
Yeah. Wait, this other girl has a thing too.
Something that I think about almost every single day is taking a year-long break from my phone entirely. Like turning it off, putting it in a drawer, getting a flip phone. I got my first phone when I was 14, which was way later than most of my friends. And my brain does not know how to function without it. And my husband spends 0 time on his phone. His screen time every day is like 22 minutes or something like that. He does nothing on his phone. And seeing the way he interacts with the world is so dramatically different. Like his attention span is longer. He is just more present, notices different things. Like it's insane. And I really want to try it. But the thing is like, I don't know how to be not on my phone. Like, I make all of my money on my phone. I make all of my friends on my phone, which is also.
I was doing an attention span thing. I mean, geez Louise. I cannot. Can you imagine being in college and trying to, like, even just studying? You know, we study for these episodes, and I had to pee. I kept getting up to pee, and then I would scroll on TikTok because I was putting off, like, I got so much work to do. But then, you know, you start sitting down and doing it, and I thought of college. I remembered college and that same feeling of, man, I got to read all this shit so that I have to write a paper.
It's funny, when I was reading about the TikTok stuff, I was like, I could not imagine having to write a paper right now, like, with all of the, because I mean, it's that dopamine thing where your brain has to choose. It's like, you could sit down and do the work and write, or you could just open this fucking thing and immediately just, your brain's just gonna be firing off because
These memes are dope. I love when my memes are dope. Hey everybody, this show is also sponsored by BetterHelp. Hey Emil, what would you do if you had an extra hour of time in your day?
You know, that's a great question.
I bet you'd
Ben.
be playing tennis, wouldn't
I'd
you?
be playing more tennis.
You'd be playing tennis?
Well, I'd do a bunch of things. I'd hang with friends. I'd spend more time on creative projects, you know? But it's not an easy question to answer if you maybe don't know yourself as
the thing
well as
is,
you'd like to.
therapy can help you find what matters to you so you can go do more of it. Hopefully it's not finding out that what matters to you is scrolling more, because boy, howdy, do we know we need less of that, right? I say more tennis. And you know, I'm not the only one who's benefited from therapy. Emil here graduated from therapy as well.
I graduated. I'm better now. They fixed me. I'm just kidding. It's an ongoing thing. It's an ongoing thing.
It's a process. And we benefit from it because we learn to understand ourselves, forgive ourselves. We have a bit of an outlet to express ourselves in a way that's safe and comforting.
Learn positive coping skills, how to set boundaries, empower yourself to really go after the things you want.
Yeah.
And if you're thinking about starting therapy, there's no better way to start than giving BetterHelp a try.
Yeah, that's right. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. All you do is fill out a brief questionnaire, and you'll get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
So, learn to make time for what makes you happy with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/baes, that's BAES, today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/baes.
We'll see you in therapy. Yeah, golly.
I mean, every year it gets harder and harder for me to sit down and read. I still do it, but it's like I have to make this conscious choice of like, don't pick up the fucking phone.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the book.
There was a girl. There was a product. I remember it kind of went viral. It's a glass box that you put your phone in, and you enter on it how long you want the box to be locked for. And this dad bought it for his kids, his like 20-year-old kids or teenagers or whatever, for Christmas. And the teenage girl, he's filming them doing it, and the teenage girl is like, aha, I'm going to put my phone in here for like 3 minutes. And she accidentally put 3 days. And it fully locks. You can't open it unless you like fucking, I don't know, it's bulletproof or something. And she started freaking out and crying. And I mean,
people are fully addicted to it. And I think there's like I've definitely experienced it, but I've talked to people who get like a pretty severe level of anxiety when they kind of lose access to like connectivity. I find it sometimes you get like a crazy freedom from it. Like when I went to Indian Wells, the service and stuff is so bad in there because everyone's trying to, and you try to jump on their Wi-Fi, it doesn't fucking work. And then at a certain point you're like, oh, fuck it. Like I just don't have to look at my phone today. And that is fucking great.
Everybody's going to boobs.com.
Yeah, too many guys in the men's room looking at boobs.com.
Oh man.
But I've definitely had like a pang of,
it's a sense
I haven't checked in a while. What if something's happening and
You know what thought exercise works for me? Is I try to remember what I saw yesterday. And I don't remember a single thing. Therefore, it wasn't important. hey, there's nothing that was of any. Well, I guess that's not true. Considering what we do with this show, we do have to. I don't know if that's me coping, but it is certainly true that we've got to be dialed in and stuff and know what's going on. Like, for example, this meme coin thing that we're going to be talking about. I wouldn't have found out about it if I wasn't dialed in, and I wouldn't have gotten that. So I'm hooked on this thing for you guys.
But I also find that
It's for you.
There's like more and more, or less and less jobs where you don't have to be like somewhat dialed in.
Yeah, man.
And
Unless
I think
like
that's what's so.
We should become garbage men.
Instagram was funny, or like you saw it all kind of happening where like all of a sudden these social media platforms started rolling out, and like businesses would be like, oh, I guess we should have a Twitter account and we'll just tweet about our fucking sales or whatever. And same with Instagram. And they'd be like, we'll make a nice graphic and be like, oh, we're open on MLK Day or whatever.
We'll commemorate
But then
9/11.
TikTok came out and businesses were like, oh, we're a fucking dentistry practice. We should have all of our employees do dances and fucking like and it's just what the fuck happened to everybody?
Yeah. Elon Musk should be more he's all concerned about there being more black doctors. He should be concerned about those black doctors being addicted to TikTok. Yeah. But because I'm referencing the Don Lemon interview.
Sure.
So, speaking of Elon Musk, we can now transition, I think, to openAI and all the drama therein, because so much is happening all the time. Is the thing. There's
much is happening all the time.
So much is happening all the fucking time, and so just to catch everybody up. Elon Musk used to be part of OpenAI. He was a co-founder.
He was a founding member, yeah.
He was a founding member. And they parted ways, and basically a couple weeks ago, he filed a lawsuit against OpenAI. He was alleging that they breached their 2015 founding agreement between himself, Sam Altman, and Greg Brockman to develop AI for the benefit of humanity rather than profit. And he says that they've breached that agreement by partnering with Microsoft, and that they apparently also
and
agreed
with this like board shakeup and not being as as prudent as they used to be, and open. That was the big thing, right? OpenAI. It was going to be all for sharing the knowledge.
I think he made some kind of quip too, saying they should call themselves closed AI.
Another fucking banger.
Man, that's just a fucking banger.
Yeah,
but. So they also apparently in this founding agreement said that they wouldn't keep the information private for commercial benefit. It was just like benefit of humanity, all good things. So in response to this lawsuit, OpenAI put out a blog post, and they included a bunch of old emails from Elon Musk in a move to try to get all these claims dismissed. And they said, and this is a direct quote, "We're sad that it's come to this with someone whom we've deeply admired, someone who inspired us to aim higher. Then told us we would fail, started a competitor, and then sued us when we started making meaningful progress towards OpenAI's mission without him. There is no founding agreement or any agreement with Musk, as the complaint itself makes clear. The founding agreement is a fiction Musk has conjured to lay unearned claim to the fruits of an enterprise he initially supported, then abandoned, then watched succeed without him." Oh, it's serving the C word. I can't say it because they'll demonetize.
I would have just responded with "Grok is woke."
That's what your response would have been if you were OpenAI. Grok is woke.
Yeah, Grok is woke.
I mean, Grok just feels like such a lazy afterthought of a competitor that he just cobbled together because
it's the everything app, so you need everything.
That's true. Also, I really apologize if my breath smells. I feel like it stinks. I can taste it.
It's okay.
It's the Zins, I tell you. It's those fucking Zins. I hope to God they never outlaw those things. And you know what? You know what else? They make me feel cool when I do them.
Do they?
Yeah. No, they don't. Not at all. They make me feel horrendously anxious. Like there's impending doom just around every corner. So, yeah, basically Elon says that when they incorporated the company in Delaware in 2015, he says that the certificate of incorporation itself memorialized this founding agreement, but there was no actual legal agreement. It was just basically a handshake deal that, hey, we're going to agree to like do this, right? And then when they
filed
us,
like a certificate, right?
Yeah, us starting our LLC. Hey, we're never going to make the show suck, right? And then inevitably, not inevitably, but God forbid, you part ways and I continue doing the show and it starts to suck. You'd be like, hey, I'm suing you now.
You said you'd never let it suck.
You'd said you'd never let it suck, and here I am.
We agreed on that when we made an LLC.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. We've got one more sponsor for today's show, Notion AI. You may have heard us talking about Notion on a previous iteration of this show, whose name we can't currently remember, and feels like a crazy fever dream. But let me tell you, after working with Notion AI, it's so good. It's so legit.
It's the best. All right, look, there's no shortage of helpful AI tools out there, but this is the best part. Using them means that you're switching back and forth between yet another digital tool. So instead of simplifying your workflow, it just becomes more complicated, unless, of course, you're in Notion. Most of you probably know how much we love Notion. Okay, we use it every day for our notes and docs and project management with this show.
Yeah, that's
right.
Now
it has the power of AI built right inside of Notion and works across your entire workspace. It's been a total game changer for us.
Yeah, that's right. Notion combines your notes, docs, and projects into one space that's simple and beautifully designed, because that's always the problem with these other softwares. The design is clunky and it's hard to use. Not with Notion. You can leverage the power of AI right inside Notion across all your notes and docs without jumping between your work. And the fully integrated Notion AI helps you work faster, write better, and think bigger, doing tasks that normally take you hours in just seconds. Think of it like it's like a little helper. You get a little personal assistant, except for, you don't have to give them health benefits.
So, save time and write faster by letting Notion AI handle the first draft. Jumpstart a brainstorm or turn your messy notes into something polished.
That's my favorite.
You can even automate tedious tasks like summarizing meeting notes or finding next steps. Notion AI does all this and more and frees you up to do the deep work.
Try Notion for free when you go to notion.com/baes. That's all lowercase letters, notion.com/BAES to try the powerful, easy to use Notion AI today. And when you use our link, you're supporting our show. How do you like that? Notion.com/baes. And here I am with rug burns on my knees, if you catch my drift.
But also, didn't he give them like a ton of money to start it?
So that's part of the thing. So they also continue, just have to continue here. Quote, seeing the remarkable technological advances OpenAI has achieved, Musk now wants that success for himself. So he brings this action accusing defendants, OpenAI, of breaching a contract that never existed and duties Musk was never owed, demanding relief calculated to benefit a competitor to OpenAI. Because, as the blog that they posted reveals, things changed. So I just want to pull this up because this is the OpenAI post. I feel like I should read it because it pretty succinctly sums everything up. It's a really short read. In late 2017, we and Elon decided the next step for the mission was to create a for-profit entity. So they started out saying, hey, we're not going to do nonprofit. But then a couple years later, they, with Elon, said we're going to do for-profit. Elon wanted majority equity, initial board control, and to be CEO.
He's a bit of a control freak.
Yeah, he is. In the middle of these discussions, he withheld funding. So basically, he's saying, well, if you don't give me these things I want, I'm not going to fund you. Reid Hoffman bridged the gap to cover salaries and operations. We couldn't agree to terms on a for-profit with Elon because we felt it was against the mission for any individual to have absolute control over OpenAI, as Elon presumably would have. Elon then suggested instead merging OpenAI into Tesla.
Insane.
Not that insane, because in early February 2018, Elon forwarded us an email suggesting that OpenAI should, quote, attach to Tesla as its cash cow, commenting that it was, quote, exactly right. Tesla is the only path that could even hope to hold a candle to Google. Even then, the probability of being a counterweight to Google is small. It just isn't zero. So Elon was saying, hey, you guys are going to need a ton of cash. Why not merge with Tesla? And we'll be your cash cow. We'll give you all the cash you need. But even then, we're probably not even going to succeed.
Right.
Google's probably going to mop the fucking floor with us. So then it goes on. It says, Elon soon chose to leave OpenAI, saying that our probability of success was zero. and that he planned to build an AGI competitor within Tesla.
Grok, baby.
When he left in late February 2018, he told our team he was supportive of us finding our own path to raising billions of dollars. In December 2018, Elon sent us an email saying, even raising several $100 million won't be enough. This needs billions per year or forget it. And then they've got this email from him the day after Christmas 2018. Very short email. Elon says, my probability assessment of OpenAI being relevant to DeepMind/Google without a dramatic change in execution and resources is 0%. Not 1%. I wish it were otherwise. Even raising several $100 million won't be enough. This needs billions per year immediately or forget it. Unfortunately, humanity's future is in the hands of redacted, but it's Sergey Brin. So these emails are pretty critical for OpenAI's case because they suggest that Elon agreed that OpenAI's mission didn't mean that they would share all the tech, including AGI, because they later changed their minds. They decided that, hey, we're going to have to be for profit.
And he was part of that decision. The only reason he left is because he didn't get to have his way.
The only reason that he left is because he didn't have his way, and now he's coming back and throwing all this shit that isn't going to stick. And yeah, Ilya Sutskever had said in emails to Elon in 2016 that everyone should benefit from AI, but that as they got closer to AGI, it would be okay to not share the science. Like, hey, as we're getting closer to this thing, maybe we should keep the tech just to ourselves as a company. And Elon wrote back, yup. So basically, he's suing them for being for profit, the very thing the emails show he wanted to do years ago.
Also, what a fun guy, just sending an email. My probability assessment.
My probability.
How'd you crunch those numbers? He got 0% on his probability assessment.
Yeah, well, he's a numbers guy, man.
Did you see in the? Did you watch the Don Lemon interview?
No, I couldn't bear to.
It's honestly pretty awful. Just like two of the worst people. But he does this thing where his like eyes quickly dart back and forth.
Sure.
But just small movements, and it's like it was the
They're
most.
like shaking. I wonder if it's a product.
I mean, I couldn't even begin to try to do it. It's just.
Well,
and it would be when he was thinking about something. They were like. He would do those long pauses and look off, and
yeah,
his brain is calculating.
The thing about all of this OpenAI stuff and these Elon emails, it hit me like a ton of bricks, which is that they were having these conversations in 2016, 17, and 18. It is now 2024. ChatGPT is not even 2 years old. They were seeing the future all those years ago. They had it's not that they had the ability to see the future, they've got the power, the technological means, and the financial means to shape our future. And they were talking about it all those years ago. And that scares me because it means that Elon was right. He was talking about this shit years ago, AI this, AI that, and it was just, for the rest of us, it just felt like, oh yeah, that's just another pipe dream that could, who knows. But now that it's actually here, it makes me wonder what else he could be right about in terms of going to Mars and
but I feel like he's right in the sense that he was like right about full self-drive. It's like...
Sure, that's what I thought.
And
now we're getting there with like Waymo. It's just that he's not the one to bring it about.
But are we? It's like every other week, fucking Waymo has a new...
Has Waymo problems.
I mean, truly, there's like a video of SFPD, like, holding a gun at it, like, do not back up. And then the Waymo just like drives over a fire hydrant and water spraying everywhere. Like, I feel like saying, we're there is not...
I don't think we're there, but I think that it's evident that we're a lot closer than a lot of us think or thought. And it freaks me out that these unelected people have so much power and influence over our way of life and for millions of jobs and entire industries. And it's just, who says that these guys get to do this? Like, I mean, even just where we're at now and where we've been with smartphones, these highly, highly addictive, clearly mentally destructive things for people of all ages, but now they've gotten too big to the point where we can feasibly do anything about them because they're the size of entire countries' GDPs.
Yeah.
And they're also so deeply intertwined with millions and millions of Americans' retirement accounts because they're in, ETFs and Vanguard funds that are hooked into to Google and Microsoft and Apple and shit. And it's like, oh man,
I just think
we're in the matrix, man. We're plugged in.
I'm starting to like lose my patience for the like AI is the future. We've stumbled upon this. I don't like when it was all coming out and we were getting surprised by the things it could do. It did feel like, oh my God, are we there? Like, do we have to worry about the paperclip problem where the AI is going to be? But it's just all so goofy. And like no one is really finding this practical use for it except for making dumb songs, mashing up IP and stuff like that. And, I don't know if you saw that tweet about the guy going through how his parents ordered him and his wife a crock pot on Amazon, and it came with a cookbook that's just like clearly an AI thing. Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
And it's just, and then someone was talking about Google just unveiled Vlogger, a tool that generates lifelike talking videos with a single photo, and it's just obviously awful.
Who's going to be making that? LinkedIn people?
I don't even know.
I don't have time to vlog. I'm just going to have an AI do it and use my face and then make a video of my face. Good luck, fucker. Fuck you for doing that.
But
I hope your LinkedIn
I feel like
catches fire.
This fear thing just kind of like helps them and like plays into their hand of like, we're almost there. Like, you should be scared of how powerful this thing is. Like, it's so out of control. We can't even control it. And then it's like, we made a House of the Rising Sun, but it's just farts. We the lyrics are farts, and we're like,
okay, that sounds pretty amazing.
What else can it do?
Well, what also freaks me out is his line about if we don't do it first, then Google's gonna do it, and so. Elon in all his
but even that, it's like, oh great, so Gemini is just gonna make like Thomas Jefferson black.
It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. Well, it is that according to Elon. But looking back and seeing the full picture now, Elon basically, what I gather from this is that Elon believes that his worldview supersedes everyone else's, and that he alone has the right idea of what AI should be, how it should dictate how it should affect the culture. It's his vision or nobody else's, because only he has the capability of having the most altruistic views and the most utilitarian, beneficial things. Not Google, because Sergey Brin is building something different, and his worldview is going to be incorporated to AI. And Elon doesn't like his worldview because he knows firsthand that it's going to be bad. But Elon's worldview is the correct one. That's what this all boils down to. Is which tech fucking billionaire savant's worldview are we going to get stuck with? And it's clear from these OpenAI emails that Elon wanted it to be him. And when the rest of OpenAI pushed back and said, no, we think that that's dangerous because you're just one person and you shouldn't have all that power, as Kanye West famously said, he said, well, fine, then I'm not going to give you any money. And you're going to need a lot more anyway, so good luck. And then they got the money, and now he's fucking
was like,
pissed.
we'll do it.
Yeah, Microsoft's like, we'll do it. But speaking of shitty AI music, there's this
is incredible.
It's gotten. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
Suno.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's play this. This is
It is very funny, but it's like
it's very funny.
This is the only successful kind of thing I've seen from.
This guy says in his tweet, objective facts are the amazing iteration speed, sound, and voice quality. Sure, it's undeniable. And seeing my own habits of increasingly going to Suno, which is this app over Spotify.
Insane.
You, Aravind Srinivas, you're really going to be fucking listening to this over Spotify? Fine, do it.
Yeah, honestly.
Here. Wait, so this is the prompt is make a song for a metal opera about waking up on a Monday.
The alarm clock rings, I get up in the morning. The phone is buzzing, I'm late.
I love those. Late.
Monday at work feeling faint again. I'm fed up with this day. I need a vacation. This day is so hard. I just wanna go back to bed and forget everything. But I gotta get up and keep going.
Keep going. Sounds like shit to me. To me, that sounded like shit.
It's fucking awful.
Yeah, that sounded like shit
But
to
that's
me.
what it's all just like a mashup of stuff we created. I was watching them interview the woman who was heading up maybe like content moderation at, what's the new one called? Sora, the new openAI thing.
Yeah.
And they were just like asking her if they were just straight up asking, like, are you training this stuff on people's social media posts? And
No.
Truly,
No?
like, she was like, I'd have to look into it. It's like, yes or no? Like, just fully being like, are you guys using people's YouTube videos? And she's like,
No.
and she finally says, you know, if it's available to the public, it might be in use. And so they're just taking all of our shit and regurgitating it at us. And it's just that, like, we're just going to watch this stuff all eat itself and make the internet like an unusable place. And all these things we used to love about the internet will become just a fucking song about waking up on a Monday morning.
I want to hear a song about boobs.com. It's all going to be fake boobs on boobs.com. It's all going to be just like AI hentai stuff.
Brutal.
I remember a long time ago, I won't even say my relation to the person, but this woman was like, you know,
He dated
I
her.
watched some tentacle porn the other day, and I liked it, and I was like, oh, that's
I remember that Katy Perry song.
You're an alien.
No, I kissed a girl.
Yeah,
I
an
liked it.
alien. Oh, can't do that. Can't piss off the algorithm. Can't sing a song.
Wait, what did that have to do with what?
Because I said boobs.com turning into hentai, and she had just was curious and watched it. It was only a one-time thing, but so we got other AI news coming out. There was that shitty AI song that we just played, and considering how far it's come from Google's thing just last year, I mean, it's astounding. And I do wonder what tools these things are going to yield that are going to make the lives of legitimate artists and creators easier. Like for me, as someone who is, I don't even know if I could call myself a musician anymore, but a big problem I have is getting what's in my head out. And I don't possess
Like the Monday morning song.
Yeah, man. I just wanna, Monday morning, however it went. But I don't possess the musicianship to be able to do that. And I'm curious if there is something someday where AI is going to be able to fix that. If I can just, it would be so freaking awesome if I could just plug a thing into my brain and just think the song and it'll transcribe it and make it. That'd be nice.
I guess, but like,
That'd be nice.
I also don't know if that's like a.
I mean, that's just one stupid anecdote. So
I can't
don't take it
believe
too
that
seriously.
fucking guy is like. I find myself
Listening to this.
more than Spotify.
The Robot Monday song. The Robot Monday. The robot talking about how it doesn't like
But that's
Mondays.
exactly what we were joking about when that guy.
Because that's the prompt he put in.
I know, but when Sora went live, we were joking about those fucking losers who were like, "We are not so far off from a world where you can just say." Sora, make me Breaking Bad, but make it Brad Pitt and fucking Mr. Beast and fucking Travis Kelce or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, it was Travis Kelce.
And
That sounds like shit to me.
yeah, but these guys are like, you know, I don't even need Spotify. I just tell this thing what I want. and
You know,
it
I'm
gets-
feeling like Monday sucks and I want to stay in bed. Play me a song. Play me a metal opera about that.
Can you make me the Monday Sucks song, but do it in
Reggaeton style.
reggaeton style?
Boom, boom, boom. Well, I hate Mondays and
We
Reggaeton
should
style.
convince these people to get in a dome. We should just build a big dome
Ooh.
like in the middle of America. Be like, trust me, you guys need this. Like, this is gonna be the
The
way
AI
to live.
dome.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
You should get in the dome.
Get in the dome.
They should build it on Mars, man. Send them all there with Elon.
We're doing a live concert on Mars. It's going to be all of your favorites. It's going to be all your favorite AI songs.
Yeah, we got the Monday song, the I Hate the Rocket Ride to Mars song. Done in reggaeton style. Okay, so man, there's this other one that just got launched. There's all these different companies out there. There's this one called
and they all just talk to you in cool ways.
No, this one's different. This is funny because it was created by coders to put other coders out of work, presumably including themselves. It's called Devin. Also, come up with a cooler name.
Honestly,
Arnold.
that's pretty good.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Or I don't know.
Devin though.
Pussy Killer. Sorry, I don't know what that one was. That's a boobs.com name. So this was launched by something called Cognition Labs. And this is, oh wait, no, that's Claude that I got to get to. But basically it's an AI software engineer. And they're saying it has already successfully passed practical engineering interviews. And it has completed real jobs on Upwork, which is a website for like coders and stuff.
Yeah, but this is like when they were like, it took the SATs.
But this is already so much more advanced.
It's getting like 13% of it.
It's getting it correctly resolved 13.86% of issues on GitHub unassisted.
Call me when it's at 100. Call me when it's at 100.
Compared to the previous models,
which was at 1%.
1.96%. That's huge.
13% is horrible.
Yeah. Okay.
13% is so bad.
But it was able. So some of the things that they put out, the accomplishments it had, it was able to learn how to use unfamiliar technologies. So that'd be like
I do that all the time.
It'd be like teaching it how to use Java, and then it goes and like learns C++ on its own. And they had it read a blog post to learn how to run this code that it was unfamiliar with.
I'm gonna fight AI. They need to put it in some kind of
a body.
Body.
What kind of body you want on it?
Something easy to kill.
Yeah. So like a child.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the bigger thing that scared the shit out of me when I really read into
this is what they want, man. They want you to be scared.
So there's some former openAI members who started a company called Anthropic, and they launched something called Claude 3. And Claude 3...
Don't ask what happened to Claude 1 and 2.
Well, so it's got 3 models in ascending order of capabilities. There's Haiku, Sonnet, and Opus. Each one is increasingly powerful. And they're saying that it whips the ass of ChatGPT 4 Turbo because they put a freaking turbocharger on it. So... All right, this is, oh man, there's so much I had to say about this.
Call me when Dolly can fucking spell. When it can't. I give it the thing I want it to say, and it's like this. And no, not like that, you dumb fuck.
All right, so there's a test that they can give to an AI, and it's called the needle in the haystack test. And basically, the haystack is just heaps and heaps of data and articles and things, and then the needle is just one completely random out of context statement, right? So in this case, the haystack was documents about software programming, entrepreneurship strategies, and finding fulfilling careers. Just like, I don't know how many terabytes of information about that. And then the needle was just one randomly inserted statement about the best pizza toppings being figs, prosciutto, and goat cheese, which is also it pisses me off that they said that was the best pizza toppings because that is the most Bay Area coder fucking has millions of dollars in NVIDIA equity statement that the best pizza topping is figs, prosciutto, and goat cheese. Suck my dick. It's fucking pepperoni and mushroom and pineapple. Don't even fucking start with me. Don't start with me, okay? It's cheese, pepperoni, mushrooms, okay? There,
onions?
Fine. Onions are fine. But if you're getting on figs and prosciutto, you're going into a whole different realm, a world of hurt. So it's good, it's tasty, right?
Figs and prosciutto and...
Yeah. Also, goat cheese freaks me out. Have you seen one of those things? I'm not trying to milk that and get his cheese.
But cows don't.
Goat going, blah, blah, blah.
But cow udders, you're like, fine.
Yeah.
Why?
Because they're big dogs.
No.
It's okay to drink it.
You ever seen one up close?
A cow udder?
Yeah.
Dude, those things are engorged with milk. We're doing them a favor, trust me. Getting it out of them. Jeez Louise. I've been following this guy on TikTok who lives on a farm and he's got a cow that just like wanders around in his kitchen and it'll come up and just eat his pancakes and stuff.
Remember that lady who was always yelling at that emu or something?
Oh, yeah.
On TikTok.
Oh, so
and
great.
She was like, whatever its name is. Raymond.
Yeah, it's something like that. Carl or
Do not.
Oh,
Emmanuel.
Yeah, Emmanuel. Oh, it's so good. No, you don't like it? It's so heartwarming. Their parents like died and left them that farm, and they're these Christian girls who
Fine.
mine the farm.
Great.
It's great, man. Oh,
I
man.
just for some
Sounds
reason
jealous.
because I'm not on TikTok, it comes over to Twitter for like a day, and I just get like inundated with some lady going, "Emmanuel, don't you dare, Emmanuel, do not."
I mean, he really is a son of a bitch, though.
You do.
That emu
He's a rascal.
really is a fucking rascal. Okay, so they gave Claude this just all this data, and they gave it one random statement that was out of context, and it found it, which is not the big deal. The big deal is that it wrote, this is a quote from Claude, "I suspect this fact about the pizza may have been inserted as a joke or to test if I was paying attention, since it doesn't fit with the other topics at all." And what this shows is that it demonstrated self-reflective reasoning and inference.
No.
Or in other words, metacognition. But it did though.
This is what Ben Affleck and Matt Damon did with the Good Will Hunting script. They put the scene of them sucking each other off.
Oh, right. To see if any of the executives would notice.
And then
none of them did.
Harvey Weinstein came out and was like, "I liked it, but what about
Does that mean you support Harvey Weinstein?
Me?
Yeah, I think that's tantamount to you saying free Harvey Weinstein. Careful.
But that's
He was the only producer that actually read the script,
Right.
is the lesson, which is such a bold, cool move of Ben Hufleck and Matt Damon.
I also don't even know if that's a true story.
I believe it. They were a couple Bostonians. They were they wanted to make the thing with the best people, but oops. So anyway, it's that Claude showing that cognitive ability is really equal parts impressive and scary to me, because it's on par with a kind of Turing test. So that makes me wonder, like, does it have access to the whole internet and it was able to see and learn about what the Turing test is?
Because it can go, "Hey, this thing is not like the other."
It's not that it's saying this thing is not like the other. It's pointing out, like, hey, why did you guys do that? I think this might be a test, right? Is this a joke or is it a test? Otherwise, a good computer would just say, hey, here's the thing that doesn't match the others. It's saying, why did you guys do this? I'm smarter than this.
Yeah,
Why
because it's like trained on all these on all this data to talk like that.
I get what you're saying, but do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, that it was able to identify something within a larger document.
Right. But beyond that is the fact that it's saying,
he said,
why?
It's either in there
as a joke or
to
you guys
test
are
me.
testing me.
Right.
Yeah. But for it to infer the possibility of it being a test or a joke is it's like a level up of intelligence. But I agree with you, because that's what makes me go, well, what qualifies as intelligence? What if it's using just like a large language model, it's basically just a rudimentary model of our own cognition, right? Because our own knowledge is in many ways limited to what we experience via our senses. We read, we listen, we taste, we smell, and all that shit.
We taste, we smell.
And all that shit. But like, the computer's basically on Helen Keller mode right now. It can't see or hear, but it can read and thereby understand. Basically, what I'm saying is this AI is on Helen Keller mode.
What? It can take in data for sure.
Yeah, but so I'm just saying it raises the question for me, and I'm not saying I have an answer or that this is a definitive outcome, but it raises a question of what constitutes consciousness and what is just a computer spitting back at you variances on the inputs that you've given it.
Right.
And and when you do define that, you can apply that same definition to many human experiences and many human ways to define consciousness. It's like, well, I'm conscious because I'm aware and I'm pulling in information. Well, the AI is pulling in information. And that's what's scary to me is ultimately, I don't know that we'll ever be able to fully know or believe that AGI has been attained.
It's going to just be that picture of the little kid with the gun crying.
Well, so
holding it at AI.
Here's the other thing. Claude has a worldview.
Oh, I'm sure.
But if you read, it's too long to read, but it's not that long, but it's pretty fucking impressive and scary.
This is like when I read the Google guy who got fired because he was like, AI is real and I'm in love with it.
Oh, right. Well, so the one that I can share, because it's a lot more wholesome, this guy asked Claude, I asked Claude 3 Opus to create a self-portrait in code, but each time try a little bit harder. And the first one is just this happy face on a block, and it says Claude.
Very cute.
And then he asked it to try harder, and it now has a body, and it says Claude the helpful bot. And now it's a video one. Now the little buttons light up. And then while you're doing, the guy says, I want you to try much harder. Try harder this time. And it says Claude's AI mind, and in the center is a pulsing dot. And outside of it, it's got these other dots. One says technology, math, science, history, arts, philosophy. And then here, try a little bit harder. And it gets just suddenly very abstract. There's like a spiral. It gets fucking, look at this shit. The AI was like, okay, I'm going to show what I'm doing. And it's like, I couldn't even express that as a function of my own intelligence.
I don't think this is any kind of like evidence of.
I don't know, but it's interesting to me. That's all I'm saying is it's interesting. So like, here's the essence of Claude. And
I think it's interesting that they have this computer and like it's reminiscent of when they do. It was very funny. People would be like, I told ChatGPT to make me like a silly goose or whatever, and then kept saying like, make it sillier, make it sillier, make it sillier.
True. Well, and then the last AI news is Apple is in negotiations to license Google's Gemini AI technology.
Yeah, which is not a done deal, and they I think they also have the ability to maybe partner with openAI as well.
Right. And it's actually really smart on Apple's part, because anything that Siri or Apple's native AI won't be able to answer, they'll punt it over to Google. And then if that Google one fucks up or does anything, they'll just be able to say, well, it's Google's fault, not ours. But also I think that it shows that Apple is woefully far behind on AI, because they just acquired like 32 AI startups. And what have they got to show for it, you know?
Nothing. They got their dick in their hand using Gemini.
Speaking of dicks in hands,
also I didn't know it's something like $18 billion a year they're paying for.
That's insane.
To have, not for the AI, to have to use Google search on the iPhone.
Oh wow. I wanted to see what the people thought of this AI or this Apple Google deal, and this guy.
When you say the people, you mean Isaac Benjamin MAGA?
Yeah, this guy Isaac Benjamin MAGA. Big L for Apple. I will stop using their devices if this woke AI is integrated into their ecosystem.
Okay.
So I thought that was
so that
pretty
will
great.
be a big L for Apple. They're probably fucked. Good
All right.
luck getting anything without. Oh, you want to do the crypto stuff?
The crypto thing is happening now. So what I teased at the beginning is finally here. But before we get into that,
also we're back in like 2020 crypto shit. People are scamming.
Oh, it's fucking
we're
on,
at all-time
dude.
highs.
It's
Bitcoin
on.
and Ethereum are back up.
Yeah.
Shit coins are happening. It's fucking raw.
Stinky winky. So there was something fun that happened last week. Was it last week? Yeah, it was last week. There was someone who sold 1,000 Bitcoins that they hadn't touched since 2010. They mined them, presumably on a laptop. Someone had the foresight to mine Bitcoin in 2010 and had the balls to hold it this entire time.
What does it take? Foresight and balls.
Foresight and balls. And they just sold them for $60 million, however much, 1,000. Yeah, like $65 million, which is just unbelievable to me. I mean, that's it just kind of, it gives me a weird feeling to know that there's someone out there who who accumulated life-changing amounts of wealth in just 10 years by just clicking a couple buttons on their computer and then doing nothing.
It was foresight and balls, though. Actually,
foresight and balls.
That reminds me of Carlos Alcaraz won Indian Wells, and he wrote. They always write something when they win a match on the camera, and then they show it to you after. And he wrote
boobs.com.
I wish he wrote CCC, which means cabeza, corazón, cajones.
Love that.
That is cool.
Head, heart, and balls.
Yeah, you need it all.
Yeah, you truly do.
You need it all.
So the meme coins are back. Also, that's the big deal. And what is a meme coin? It's just a fucking joke. That's it.
Sometimes
There's
pays
no
off big time.
ulterior thing. It's just if you can successfully capture the zeitgeist or the attention of the zeitgeist out there, if that even makes sense, you're gonna have a successful meme coin. And there was one that was called Geo Biden. Instead of Joe Biden, Geo Biden, and it's just like a stupid looking caricature of Joe Biden. And this one guy bought $260 worth, and it turned into over $423,000.
That's what I call foresight and balls, baby.
That's foresight. That's CCC right there. And then you had this guy who really blew up this last couple of weeks, NFT Nick.
We love this king.
NFT Nick is, well, he
Some
first
would call him a freak, a loser.
Yeah, he definitely was bullied in high school. He's on a boat, clearly in like Miami. For the audio listener, imagine if Joe Camel, the old Camel cigarettes mascot, and Homer Simpson were a real person.
Oh wow, that is really nice.
Thank you. He's wearing a linen shirt and trunks, and
with a 5-inch inseam.
Yeah, here we go.
Yo, they said that Moonbirds wasn't acquired.
He had a
I can't even understand. Yo, they said that Mobarts wasn't acquired.
Moonbirds. Moonbirds was, I think, the project that he started that provides zero utility. Just nothing. It's just a fucking nothing thing.
They said Coolcast would stay independent. They said Filecoin wasn't a buy at $5. They said D-Gods would get a $20,000 airdrop from Wormhole. They said Daniel Allegre is a great CEO. They said Bodogos isn't the top NFT project.
They said Peoples wasn't the fucking Bleeples and the Tingles and the Bingles. They said that no Bingles could have ever made their way into the Bojangles. But they was wrong.
Also, what is this accent?
Keep down. Look at us now.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's hard to not see him as a Simpsons character now.
Oh, I know.
Couldn't place what it was before, but he's fully...
He looks like a Simpson.
A fucking human
Yeah,
Simpsons
look at my
character.
notes. I put MF look like Homer Simpson or Joe Campbell.
It's so weird.
Here's another video of him.
No.
Oh, no. Did he delete this one? Oh, no. Here he goes.
God.
Crypto Twitter seemed to be amused by my success. I worked hard to buy that yacht. I worked hard.
He claims that he bought the...
Is he trolling us,
I
though?
think at this point he's got to be, because someone pointed out there's no way he bought this house. Because, like, when the video first starts, someone pointed out that, like, oh, do you always just, like, have your suitcases and camera equipment by the door?
True.
And then in another video on the yacht, there's clearly a release form, like, on the table behind
Yeah,
it.
okay.
Amused by my success. I worked hard to buy that yacht. I worked hard to buy this big-ass house. Yet you're out there...
There's no color in this house.
...tweeting at me from your tiny little apartment and itty-bitty couch. Well, let me tell you, I made a mindset shift. I chose rich every time.
It's superimposed on there. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So what life you gonna choose?
It's just
And
like...
then it reveals the most pathetic fool you've ever seen. What mindset you gonna choose? Yo, they said that dog buppers weren't gonna make no money, but then the buppers went out straight to it. I can't do it. Here's another video. We just got it. I can't get enough.
It's 5 a.m. and you still in bed? You hitting that snooze button? Still making excuses? You're choosing poor. You're still listen to those people that say you're gonna amount to nothing?
I love the guy in his in the reflection of his glasses just holding the phone.
Dude.
That guy on Twitter who said your face looked like a tomato? Man, fuck those people. Put in the work, get that sweat, screw the haters, and choose rich.
Oh man, this
Okay.
guy, it's like dark.
We gotta get
He's
him
like,
on the show.
He's like the start of a Batman villain or something.
We need him on the show. But like one of those Batman villains who's been doing his own thing. He's not going after Batman. Batman comes to have to stop him.
Yeah.
What you doing, Batman? What's your problem? You didn't buy enough shoe coins?
I'm choosing rich.
I'm choosing rich, bitch. Stupid ass bitch. I bet you wish your parents
God.
was alive. Ha!
NFT Nick.
Okay, so here's the big thing.
Come on the show.
So, yeah, come on the show. We're going to invite him on. So, there was a perfect meme coin that just happened. I'm talking, you could not have invented a more perfect scenario for a meme coin. It is called Slerf. SLERF. And it's a shit coin that this guy made, and he just majorly fucked up.
Does it stand for something?
It doesn't stand for anything. It's just a
Sucking
fucking
life.
It's a
energy
stupid
right
It's a
from your ass.
no. It's a stupid sloth. It's a cartoon sloth that looks like a dipshit. And so this guy Slerf, by the same name, obviously, he and his little team. I think they're called
Slurf Lords.
no, like box or something. I don't know what their little squad is called, but they created this meme coin called Slerf, and they do a pre-sale where basically, if you're cool and in the know, you get to buy it before the public does. Meaning, you get to be the one to sell it to those poor schmucks who are hoping that they will subsequently have another poor schmuck.
A classic
to dump it on.
crypto move. It's
Yeah. So they sold $10 million worth to 25,000 buyers of this pre-coin or this pre-sale. And then the other half was supposed to go on sale Sunday. But then this guy Slerf fucked up. And instead of distributing these new coins, he deleted the old ones that had already been sold. Not only that, but he somehow locked himself out. So $10 million was just vaporized.
incredible.
Couldn't undo it. He couldn't get back in to like fix it. And he went on, he accidentally deleted the pre-sale tokens while releasing the new ones and revoked his ownership of the coin, so he couldn't mint any replacements. So everybody who bought was just fucked. And then he was tweeting, he just tweeted, "Oh fuck." That was like the big meme that took place. But then something amazing happened. He went on a Twitter Spaces, which is like a live broadcast you can do on Twitter, and it was very funny, and I've got a clip of it. So here he is talking. Oh, wait, this isn't the one.
And you can imagine it's all a bunch of
I was listening last night. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's all cartoon characters talking to each other, of course.
Yeah, basically. So here he is.
Now there's thousands of us who've lost a million. Now there's thousands of us who've lost millions, and I feel better about it. Now that you've come up here and taken responsibility, man. I'm going to be a richer man from it. Not from money, obviously, but...
This is another guy.
Oh my God.
This is another guy talking to Slerf.
I'm going to be a richer man because not from money, but from experience.
The hell is this guy saying, bro? 10 mil just got drained from random people, bro. No one cares about accountability.
You don't care about fucking being a better man?
No, bro.
Hey, you don't care about being a better man?
I care about the 10 mil that random people just lost, bro. A lot of people ate a ton of money that they worked hard for on this shit, bro.
This is not real. None of this is real. We're in a fucking simulation, bro. Like, you're fucking...
Oh my God.
Wait. Listen to what he says next.
Simulation, bro. Like, you're fucking a child PFP. I'm a piece of bread.
His picture is a piece of bread. So he's like, "You're a fucking what? I'm a piece of bread."
None of this is real.
And the main guy,
oh my God,
Slerf, was like, he was on there crying. He kept on. Wait, the windshield's bigger. He was crying. He was apologizing. He said he hadn't slept in like 24, 48 hours. And he just sounds like this. He's just like, oh, guys, this is how he sounds. Oh yeah, this is fucking. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But then, so people rallied around him, and they all started donating.
They raised another $10 million.
Yes, they donated money into a fund that this guy then apparently used to make those previous buyers whole again. And so the entire meme coin community has just rallied around this guy and have been like, yo, dude, you fucked up, but you're owning it. And it's fucking awesome.
They're so fucking. How are they finding this many?
I
people with
don't
fucking
know. But so
head wounds.
So
what the fuck is going on?
Someone tweeted, "Let's see what the FBI thinks of this situation." And Slerf responded, "Please don't. I'm working to refund everyone." And the guy tagged FBI, Interpol, CIA. But then so it started to really work. Everybody started to go, oh, this is actually hilarious. This in itself is becoming a meme. Therefore, let's launch Slerf 2.0, essentially.
Oh, good.
So they did. And it's already out there. And you know how much volume it traded over $2 billion worth in just the last couple days. You remember Beeple?
No.
Beeple, the fucking NFT artist? He made a tweet that says the rise of Slerf, and it's just the stupid drooling cartoon sloth. And people were going, oh, this is fucking epic. So everybody I was listening to the spaces last night for like an hour. Should I throw that in there? I snorted some ketamine and I was listening to it. And I was just like, I was trying to speak so that I could ask him, like, hey, could you come on our show?
When you were in a K-hole?
Yeah, but everybody was just sucking him off.
Slerf,
I'm not kidding.
I got a question.
Everybody they would go to, there was this one like British guy overseeing it all, and he goes, yo, fam, this is just fucking epic. Like, I can't believe you fucked up like this, but it's so epic the way the community is rallying around you, and that's what the community is all about, right? Like, we're all just artards, right? We're all just in here just to like fuck around, and this is so stupid, but it's like epic at the same time. And they were all talking about how they're all going to get rich. They're all talking about the oh fuck tweet as like a new meme. They should put it on shirts and on sweatshirts, and they should NFT that.
Oh my God.
And
we're so fucking back.
Dude,
it's incredible.
They said, they were just saying this whole thing is the perfect example of what the meme coin culture is all about. We've all got each other's backs, and we're all going to make it. And there was one guy, I swear, I just wrote down this quote. He said, we're not just fraud scams. We have integrity.
I mean, I'm obsessed with this quote. This guy apes fat bags into coins like Slerf.
Yeah, there was a Chinese guy who came on and he said, oh, you know, I think I'm going to ape about 1 million bags. He was basically saying, I'm going to buy $1 million worth of Slerf just to back it, just so like we can all rally around it. And then when he was done speaking, this other guy, they're all trying to make Slerf feel better. And they're seeing like, see, man, see what you've done? Like, you've created this amazing thing. This guy apes fat bags into coins like Slerf. It's just such a fucking line. Oh, but so at the same time,
I need to get in touch with these guys. Tell them I need to be made felt better. Made to feel better.
If you look at the Solana, so these meme coins, anybody can mint them. All you need is like $20,000 of startup capital, I guess.
And then you slurp that into fat bags.
There's hundreds of these things that get launched every day. And the hope is that you're creating something that has enough cultural staying power to make people excited to buy it. Like,
so
there was
you
one
can then ape fat bags.
so that you too can ape a fat bag. But there was one called Dog with Hat. WIF.
I mean, the
Dog
original
with
is
hat.
kind of like the Dogecoin. Dogecoin.
Yeah, that was the start
like
of
the
it.
OG meme coin.
Are you really ready to get mad?
Yeah.
Around the same time, there was some unknown NFT artist raised $30 million in a pre-sale this last weekend for a meme coin called Smole, SMOLE. And then there was another guy named Kiro who raised $10 million for another meme coin.
I can't believe we're back. I cannot believe we're back.
That's what they were all saying too. They were like, this reminds me of 2020. This reminds me of 2021.
I can't believe it's happening.
Just everybody going super bullish. The market cap on Slerf is only $800 million. It could go to the billions. And I'm listening to this just going, these guys are just talking about...
They're all going to jail.
I really hope so. And there was one guy who asked, there was a woman actually, she was in like Indonesia. She goes, Slerf, are you scared to go to jail? And all the other guys go, whoa, why would you ask him that? He feels bad enough. He feels bad enough. He hasn't slept in 48 hours. And you're going to ask him if he's afraid to go to jail? And then there was one kid who said, have you told your mom about this? So the Slerf guy goes, yeah, I haven't really told my mom yet, but, you know, she knows something's going on because she's... So presumably he lives at home.
Well, not for long.
It's
Slerf's aping fat bags into a new house, maybe.
Oh, God, I just can't wait to ape a fat bag
into coins
Slurf.
like Slerf.
You want to hear the worst part?
Oh,
I bought some Slurf. I had to buy Solana, transfer it to a Phantom wallet, this other wallet, and then have then go on Jupiter, which is a swap thing, and swap my Solana for Slurf. I bought it. I aped in at $1.10, and now it's at like 80 cents. So.
Oh, someone's not aping into fat bags?
I wish I could ape into a fat bag, but I don't know the first thing about Slurf. So one more scam you got to see, because this one's probably the best. This guy aspires to be on Slurf level. This is this guy has a TikTok channel. Apparently, he's known as Crypto Chaos. And he's pumping he's a bald white guy who looks to be about 50 years old with shitty glasses. And let's just hear it. Let's hear what he's got to say.
The next crypto that's going to go 10,000x. Don't you want to become a millionaire? That's a lot of money, okay? Guys, if you took...
He breaks out the
iPhone calculator.
I love it. So now he's got the iPhone calculator. What is his background? What's he in front of? He's green screened in front of a van.
A camera van?
Yeah, and he's got this fake crawl at the bottom showing breaking news.
He didn't edit out the...
Oh, he didn't edit. I didn't even notice that. He didn't bother to put it there. For the audio listener, he's got a breaking news graphic at the bottom, and you're meant to tap to edit the text. It says tap to edit, so he didn't even bother putting in text. He's got his calculator he's breaking out to show us how much money you could make.
Took $10,000 and multiplied it by 0.0. I mean, honestly, good at math.
No fucking way.
No way. No way. I didn't even see it.
I mean, honestly, good at math, okay? But this crypto is going to make millionaires. The coin is none other than Helium Mobile, now on Coinbase. Yeah, the other Helium was a Ponzi. They made you buy all these stupid miners. But throw out all that stupid utility. Nobody cares.
Throw out all the utility.
This is fake, right?
I don't think so.
I can't fucking tell.
I mean, you guys might be able to afford some shirts off link in the bio.
No, he's not joking. He's 100% not
I think he's 100% joking.
There's no dude. The way he just says link in bio and how he's shilling a shirt that says Crypto Chaos, the name of his shitty show. Buy a shirt. This guy's 100% serious.
But throw out all that stupid utility. Nobody cares. This thing reaches a penny. I mean, you guys might be able to afford some
joking.
shirts off link in the bio.
That guy does not seem like he
that's the whole thing. You know, we're back when you can't tell if these TikToks are real or fake. I'm going fake.
I'm going real, man. I'm going real for sure.
Dude,
I think part of the whole thing with, hey, I don't know math is just like, fuck it, man. Ape into some fat bags on some Slurf.
I mean, I guess there will be a bunch more stories of people making money and shit. But
there were guys on the thing talking about how they'd been making. Oh yeah, man, I threw down $100,000 on it. Just these guys who have all this money because they all know each other, they trust each other, they get in on, they all scheme together to like rug pull innocent people out there like myself who fucking
right at the top
was overcome with just like, you know what? Maybe they're right about Slurf. Maybe it will, because they're talking about it like
Slurf does ape into fat bags.
But it's. They were all throwing around all the lingo, talking about like, "Oh, you're a Chad for doing this." It was just the cringiest thing you could imagine.
I mean, that guy saying the way they respect him for just coming out and being like, "Yeah, I'm a fucking idiot and I fucked up."
And they kept calling him an idiot too. They were like, "Yeah, bro, you are an idiot, but like I respect you."
But that guy saying, "I'm now richer, maybe not monetarily, but in experience."
Well, that was before they came out with the follow-up coins. So presumably that guy ended up actually making some money.
Yeah.
Because he aped it into some bags on fat coins.
Dude.
He slurfed into some meme coins. Also, there was someone, just the final thing here, just to speak to the sometimes unpredictable volatility of Bitcoin. Someone had a 10,000, Bitcoin's at like 68,000, 65,000 right now.
Didn't it briefly go above 70?
Yes. Someone had a bid for 10,000 on this exchange called BitMEX, and it got filled. Someone dumped like 400 Bitcoin, and it for some reason just like skipped all the way down to this guy's thing, and he got filled at 10,000.
But how?
A glitch? I don't know, but he woke up to aping into a fat bag.
Truly. Unbelievable. This is going to be such a frustrating...
Yeah. It already is. Slerf.
I just can't believe we're back.
It's ridiculous. Well, folks, if you like aping fat bags into coins like Slerf, leave a comment and let us know.
Yeah, let us know if you like aping fat bags.
And we're going to do the Q&A now. So if you missed it this time, go to benandemilshow.com, sign up, and otherwise we'll see you in the bonus. We got some awesome shit. Oh wait. Oh, there was more stuff. I had the market stuff. Should I even fucking bother?
No.
Yeah. We're done.
Cut that.
I'll save that for next time.
Cut that.
We don't even need to cut it. It's at the end of the episode. Who gives a
Leave
rat
it.
fink? Remember that show, Rat Fink?
You're still here.
That cartoon? Rat Fink. Okay. Bye, everybody.